How many times have we dreamed of having a luxury home, having the newest cars, or having the latest model phone? I think that most of you have dreamed of it. Now, how many of you have dreamed of being happy? I think all of you. But the real question is, can we be happy having a small apartment furnished with few things? The answer is yes. The truth is that it's very hard to believe this, but after watching some documentaries like Minimalism, True Cost, or even the episode of Black Mirror called Nosedive, I understood that it is possible. And also, I was surprised at what humanity is becoming. The human is designed to always seek to have more and more, to have the newest and the most expensive things, and this is because since we are only kids, we grow with stereotypes. For example, we grow seeing those footballers who have everything they want, we see those models who have the best body and who have the newest clothes, and consequently, we see these types of people as role models. They make us believe that they have a perfect life and that we must achieve that perfection. But it is the opposite. Ryan and Joshua explain in Minimalism that when you reach your goal of having everything and becoming into the most similar version of those perfect stereotypes, you start feeling an unhappy person. But how can a person that has everything can be unhappy? This does not make sense. Well, the reality is that it does make a lot of sense. Let me tell you why. A very clear example is in the Nosedive chapter of Black Mirror, in which people are qualified and accepted only for their social status, for their stars they have. But most of them are not happy doing those things. Maybe they have a rating of 4.5 or more, but the reality is that they are just a group that put on a mask for people, but when the cameras are off, they change and they are not what we believe. And this should not be like that. Also, as Joshua and Ryan explained, they tell us that we should not have too many things. We should not have the best or the most expensive things. We simply must have the things that have a lot of meaning for us and that we use every day, no more. This general concept that I just explained is known as minimalism. Another thing that impacts me a lot is the Life Edit company, which makes more with less. Such as the example that they show us in the documentary, they transform a small apartment into a minimalism apartment by using only the necessary furniture and reducing space with new strategies. So they made it possible for him to have more things than the ones that should actually fit in the apartment. So that's impressive. Also, here we can relate the events that are explained in the movie The Big Short and the documentary The Inside Job with minimalism. As I mentioned, when people go to buy a house, they always see first how much money they have, and then they see the best option in which they can spend all the money contemplated. But this should not be like that. We should look for something basic in which we can develop without needing a mansion and doing the same thing that Life Edit does. This is one of the causes of crises, such as those presented in The Big Short and The Inside Job. They have been studying people so much that they think that the house marketing would never fall, but the reality changes, such as the strategies that Life Edit uses. And this is only why the crisis is born. People stop buying so much and begin to save, and when there is such a sudden change, this type of crisis is generated. Also, we can see a failure in the financial systems, since they already have a pattern of the future investments. So when these innovation strategies appear and they do not contemplate this possible change at this time, this is why everything collapses. The last important point is what they explain in the True Cost. What people see of the companies is just the image of the perfect people wearing the newest clothes, using the most popular cell phones or devices. They show us the best model to follow, and that is the stereotype that the brand creates. But the problem is, when we see behind the scenes, in different companies there are some certain injustice, certain exploitation of work, and also they do not take care about the safety of their employees. They have a lot of people working at the company, they pay a pittance, nothing, but they have a faster production. But it's not correct. This can lead to a big problem, such as the Rana plant fire in Bangladesh, clandestine practices in China, or riots in Cambodia, which ended with a lot of people dead. And this happened only because of ignorant bosses or owners. And this is a problem that should not exist anywhere in the world. That's why I invite you, whenever we are going to become clients of a brand, first to inform how is your form of work or manufacturing. The truth is that once I saw all these problems and informing myself about everything that happens or how we can change for the better, I really want to share all what I have learned through these talks, because the truth is that I feel that people should know these all kind of things and not just know because they need to apply them, because by becoming minimalists we can grow as a society, we can reduce poverty, reduce exploitation, and we can become better persons. So my final question is, are you going to ask for 5 stars, or are you going to seek to create a change for the world? Don't tell me right now. Just think about it and do it.